best time to invest is when economies are weak.
So, with this global context of the economy is going as the trend, as per your analysis, what do you think is going to be the outlook for smaller economies like Vietnam going into 2026? Would it be more positive or negative?
I think in terms of economies, much more positive, much more positive, because what you've got is fiscal policy expanding, worldwide. So governments are spending lots of money. Now, one has to always draw a caveat, and that caveat is that Trump is unpredictable, and we don't know what he does. Okay. One day, one policy, one day, another policy. And the latest policy is trade war with Europe, which is his thought yesterday. So it's difficult to predict, but generally, I would say very positive because what you've got is a strong American economy. You've got the European economies, which are picking up strongly as well. And there's a lot of fiscal expansion. And you've also got the Chinese economy, which is beginning to pick up. And I think if you look at commodity prices are telling us that there is a lot of underlying strength in the world economy. And that's true if you look at base metals. It's true if you start to look at oil now. Oil is becoming more stable, and it's telling us that the world economy is finally picking up. And that's our view. So we think strong economies, but just remember that strong economies don't always have strong financial markets. The
Yes.
irony, the paradox is that weak economies very often have very strong financial markets. The famous American investor, Stanley Druckenmiller, who's had the best track record of any investor worldwide in the last 20 years, 30 years, says that the best time to invest is when economies are weak, but when governments or central banks are trying to stimulate growth. And he said that's the very best time. That was 2024-25 for the Western markets, for America and Europe, but that is 2026 for China.